Hi everybody. I had so much fun making my last video blog and I got lots of responses and questions, so I decided to make video blog number 2. I'm going to answer some questions that I received, and then after that I'm going to talk a little bit about some really exciting projects that I've been doing. I got a question in the comments section asking if my quartet had any recordings, and that's really nice to hear, and we're all very flattered by that. But we're all in high school and we don't consider ourselves professional, I guess, so we don't have any recordings, but besides the ones on YouTube. But thanks for asking. Somebody asked how much I practice and what do I practice when I'm practicing. How much I can practice varies from day to day, but I would say that what my teacher expects from me and what would be ideal is probably about 4 hours a day. And what I practice, well, the way I do it, everyone's different. Everyone has a different way of doing things. But I do 15-minute hours where I practice for 50 minutes and take a 10-minute break. And I always warm up with scales, etudes, etc. And then, move on to whatever piece I'm working on. It's different all the time. When I have like special recitals I have to do, or special concerts, I have to obviously prepare for that differently. And then when I don't have a lot of stuff going on, I can really focus on, my technique and scales and positions and etc. Another question I got was, do I have perfect pitch? And the answer is yes. And I find that it helps me out a lot in certain things, like for example my ear training class. I feel like it really helps me out and it makes things a lot easier to do than as opposed to if I didn't have perfect pitch. But the truth is a lot of musicians don't have perfect pitch, and it's not something that you need. It can actually inhibit you in some ways. So I have perfect pitch, but it's not like something you need to have to be a successful musician. Another question from the same person was, what do I think of the Suzuki method? I began playing with Suzuki. I started at age 3. Actually, I officially started at 3, but I had really bad temper tantrums, so I had to stop and start again at age 4. But I did Suzuki for about 2 or 3 years. And then I switched over to the traditional method when I switched teachers. I think that Suzuki is a good way, it's a very common way to start beginner musicians, but it can be tricky to switch from Suzuki to traditional method because Suzuki depends a lot on doing things by ear, learning by ear, and not so much as, looking at the sheet music and being able to turn what you see on the page into, producing the music. And I know that my sister, who plays viola, had a lot of trouble, switching, and I think a lot of people do. So while I do recommend Suzuki for beginner students, that's definitely something to watch out for. I got a question from Brittany and Tasha, and I think you guys are sisters because you wrote from the same account. Thanks guys for everything. They wanted to know a little bit more about Juilliard Pre-College, and I think they expressed some interest in applying. I'm quoting this from the website. The pre-college program is a program of music instruction for talented young people who show the potential to pursue a professional career in music. The level at the program is pretty high, and they definitely, wouldn't accept beginners. So I would recommend talk to your teachers, ask them if they think it's right for you at this point in your musical career. There's no limitation on where you have to live. I travel 2 hours to New York from where I live, and I know some kids fly from as far away as Cincinnati. Most kids live in New York, New Jersey, around there, but that's not a limitation for you to attend. Another question from the sisters is, what is the expense of coming this far, I guess, with my music? The overall cost, I guess. It's not, it's expensive to do something like this. I mean, classical music is expensive. You can spend, when you add it all up, private lessons, programs such as Juilliard Pre-College, the cost of an instrument repair, strings, sheet music, etc., etc., it can really start to build up. That's how it's been for my family, at least. It's very expensive to pay for all of those things. I have had some scholarship help, but my family and I have had to make sacrifices to accommodate it. I know that most, if not all, of my musical friends would agree with this, though, you know, hopefully if you're successful, it'll pay off and it'll make up for everything that you put in at the end. I'm also frequently asked about my violin. I play a 4-year-old violin that I bought from David Bromberg's shop in Wilmington, Delaware. It was made by Whitney Osterud. But I am currently looking for a new instrument. It's very exciting. I am looking all around. I've been to Chicago, looking in New York and Philadelphia because I have someone who has agreed to buy me a kind of the next level violin. So I'm very, very happy. I feel very privileged. I'm very excited about that. I have some more things I want to talk about, but...
Do you? I'd be interested to hear them. What are they?
I'm too tired right now, so I think I'll make another video blog soon.
No,
sorry, I'm sorry, Calla.
Tell us.
I'm sorry, I'm too tired. I'm just too tired. It's been a long day, so I will do that very soon.
Oops.
Oh my god, is this still recording? So I will... Why is this echoing? Do you hear that? So I will do that.
You mentioned you were able to get in that through the garage door, Calla, which is lucky because it's not working reliably. So you were.
I know, I'm out.
Alright, stop talking.
Is it sexy?
Calla, I'm trying to do something. I know you're gonna talk. Like, seriously, don't. Okay. I know that.
You're such a loser.
It's true.